Introduction to PTE Academic. The Pearson Test of English Academic, PTE Academic, has become one of the fastest-growing English proficiency tests in the world. In recent years, PTE has gained massive popularity among international students, especially those applying for Australian student visas. Why? Because it is fully computer-based, AI-scored, and gives results quickly, usually within 24 to 48 hours. For students who don't want to wait for 13 days like IELTS paper-based, PTE is often the smarter choice. PTE structure. The PTE academic exam is entirely computer-delivered and divided into three main sections: speaking and writing, 54 to 67 minutes, personal introduction, read aloud, repeat sentence, describe image, retell lecture, answer short questions, summarize written text, essay writing, 200 to 300 words, reading, 29 to 30 minutes. Multiple choice questions, reorder paragraphs, fill in the blanks, listening, 30 to 43 minutes. Summarize spoken text, multiple choice, fill in the blanks, highlight correct summary, write from dictation, white right pointing backhand index. Total test time, about 2 hours. Since everything is done on a computer, even the speaking section is recorded using a microphone and then assessed by AI scoring systems. PTE scoring system. Unlike IELTS, which uses band scores, PTE uses a score scale from 10 to 90. The test measures communicative skills, listening, reading, speaking, writing, enabling skills, grammar, vocabulary, spelling, pronunciation, oral fluency, written discourse. Australian universities and the Department of Home Affairs use a score comparison chart. PTE 42 almost equal to IELTS 5.5, PTE 50 almost equal to IELTS 6.0, PTE 58 almost equal to IELTS 6.5, PTE 65 almost equal to IELTS 7.0, PTE 79 almost equal to IELTS 8.0. White right pointing backhand index. For most student visas, the minimum requirement is PTE 42 overall, but universities generally ask for PTE 50 to 58 or higher depending on the program. Why students prefer PTE? There are several reasons why students are shifting towards PTE. Fast results. Most students receive results in 1 to 2 days. AI-based scoring. No human examiners, reducing the fear of bias. Flexible test dates. Available throughout the year. Computer-based format. Best for tech-savvy students. Wide acceptance, accepted by 3,000 plus institutions globally, including all Australian universities. Migration friendly, also recognised for work and permanent residency visas in Australia. Challenges of PTE. However, PTE is not without challenges. AI scoring system can sometimes be strict, especially in pronunciation and oral fluency. Students from non-English speaking backgrounds may struggle with the repeat sentence task. Many students underestimate the importance of spelling and grammar, which can reduce scores. Since speaking is recorded, some students feel unnatural or nervous talking to a computer. Limited test centres in smaller towns compared to IELTS. PTE and visa refusals. Just like IELTS, a low PTE score can lead to visa refusal. For example, if your course requires PTE 50 and you score PTE 45, even though the visa minimum is 42, your application will still be refused. This is because the university's requirement always takes priority over the Department of Home Affairs minimum score. PTE preparation tips. To succeed in PTE academic, students should understand the question types. Each task has a unique scoring pattern. Practice pronunciation. AI is sensitive to clarity and fluency. Work on typing speed. Writing tasks require fast and accurate typing. Focus on listening and memory, especially for repeat sentence and write from dictation. Use mock tests. Pearson provides official mock exams that simulate real test conditions. Time management. The test moves quickly. Staying calm and organized is key. White right pointing backhand index. Unlike IELTS, PTE preparation requires mastering both language skills and computer test-taking skills. PTE versus IELTS. Quick comparison. IELTS human examiner for speaking. PTE compute-recorded speaking with AI scoring. IELTS results in 3 to 13 days. PTE results in 1 to 2 days. IELTS widely accepted everywhere. PTE accepted in most major universities but less common in some European countries. IELTS writing is considered the toughest. PTE speaking and listening are considered toughest. Final note on PTE to summarize: PTE Academic is an excellent choice for students who are comfortable with computers, want quick results, prefer AI-based scoring over human judgment. For Australia, PTE is equally valid as IELTS, and in some cases, students find it even easier. If you're aiming for fast processing and confidence in your computer skills, PTE might be your best pathway to study in Australia. Graduation Cap Introduction, the TOEFL IBT, internet-based test, is one of the world's oldest and most respected English proficiency exams. Developed by ETS, Educational Testing Service, in the United States, it is recognized by over 12,000 institutions across 160-plus countries, including Australia, Canada, the US, and the UK. For years, TOEFL was mainly used for American universities, but now it's fully accepted for Australian student visa and migration purposes. In 2024 to 2025, many Australian universities and TAFEs have added TOEFL IBT to their approved list, making it a valuable option for international students. Structure of TOEFL IBT. The TOEFL IBT is fully computer-based and focuses on real-life academic English. The total test duration is around 2 hours, divided into 4 sections: reading, 35 minutes, 2 passages, usually academic articles, 20 questions in total tests: vocabulary, inference, and comprehension skills; listening, 36 minutes, 3 to 4 lectures and conversations; 28 questions focuses on note-taking and understanding natural speech; speaking, 16 minutes, 4 tasks, 1 independent, 3 integrated. Record your answers using a microphone. Tasks include giving opinions, summarizing lectures, and responding to campus situations. Writing, 29 minutes, 2 tasks. Integrated task: read, listen, and write a summary. Independent task: essay on a given topic, about 300 words. White right pointing backhand index. Unlike IELTS, TOEFL tests your ability to combine skills, for example, reading, listening, and then writing or speaking based on that material. TOEFL scoring system. Each of the 4 sections, reading, listening, speaking, and writing, is scored from 0 to 30, for a total score of 120. Here's how TOEFL scores translate to IELTS and PTE equivalents. TOEFL IBT IELTS PTE Academic 46 5.5 42 66.0 50 79 6.5 58 94 7.0 65 110 8.0 79. Most Australian universities require TOEFL 60 to 79 depending on the degree level. For visa purposes, the Department of Home Affairs typically accepts a minimum TOEFL IBT score of 46. Bullseye. Why TOEFL IBT is trusted. TOEFL is respected for being academically rigorous. Here's why many students and institutions trust it. Academic focus. It uses real university-style materials. Global acceptance. Recognized by all major Australian universities. No human examiner during speaking. Just like PTE, you record answers on the computer. Fast results. Available in 4 to 8 days. Reliable testing centers. Offered in more than 180 countries. Online home edition. Students can take TOEFL from home, with proper equipment and monitoring. White right pointing backhand index for students applying to multiple destinations, Australia, USA, or Canada. TOEFL offers maximum flexibility. Warning sign # common challenges in TOEFL. While TOEFL is fair and standardized, it's also challenging in some ways. The listening section includes long university lectures, not easy for beginners. Integrated tasks test multiple skills at once: listening, reading, and writing or speaking. Time pressure can be intense because tasks move quickly. Some students find the American accent difficult to follow initially. Internet-based format means you must be comfortable with typing and recording. Books. Preparation tips for TOEFL IBT. To succeed in TOEFL IBT, Follow these strategies. Develop note-taking skills. You must summarize long lectures and passages. Listen daily to English podcasts. Practice understanding natural speech. Read academic articles. Focus on comprehension and vocabulary. Practice timed tests. Simulate real test conditions. Improve typing speed. Writing tasks are entirely typed. Speak naturally. Don't memorize. The AI system detects robotic speech. Review sample responses. ETS provides official examples for each section. Classical building #TOEFL IBT for Australian visas in 2024. Australia's Department of Home Affairs reapproved TOEFL IBT after a temporary suspension during the pandemic. From May 2025 onwards, only the TOEFL IBT Test Centre version is accepted. The Home Edition is no longer valid for visa purposes. Here are the visa minimums again. Student visa, Subclass 500. TOEFL IBT overall 46, with no section below 12. Graduate visa, Subclass 485. TOEFL IBT 64 overall, with at least 21 in writing. Skilled migration higher scores, TOEFL 84 to 100, to get more points. Left-pointing magnifying glass TOEFL versus IELTS versus PTE feature TOEFL IBT IELTS PTE academic test type computer-based paper or computer-based duration 2 hours 45 minutes and 2 hours results 4 to 8 days 3 to 13 days 1 to 2 days speaking recorded in person recorded score range 0 to 120 0 to 9 bands 10 to 90. Accent American British or Australian mixed acceptance global fast growing. Clapperboard example scenario. Let's take an example. A student from Vietnam is applying to study a master's in business at Monash University. Monash requires a TOEFL IBT score of 79, with 19 in writing. If the student scores 74 overall, even though the visa minimum is 46, the university's higher standard applies, meaning the application could be rejected. That's why it's critical to know both the Department of Home Affairs and your university's English score requirements. Electric light bulb final thoughts. The TOEFL IBT remains one of the most accurate and globally respected English proficiency tests. For students aiming to study in Australia in 2025 and beyond, TOEFL offers white heavy checkmark academic reliability, white heavy checkmark global recognition, white heavy checkmark strong visa acceptance. However, success in TOEFL requires more than English fluency. It demands strong academic listening, reading, and summarizing skills. So, if you plan to study in Australia, choose the test that best suits your comfort level. Whether IELTS, PTE, or TOEFL, each one can open the door to your Australian dream. Globe with Asia Australia. Why this comparison matters for international students heading to Australia. The choice of English language test can determine visa success, university admission, and even scholarship chances. In 2025, after policy updates from the Department of Home Affairs, all three major exams, IELTS Academic, PTE Academic, and TOEFL IBT, remain fully accepted, but each suits different learning styles and strengths. Scales #key differences at a glance feature IELTS Academic, PTE Academic, TOEFL IBT testing mode paper or computer scoring 0 to 9 bands 10 to 90 0 to 120 speaking face-to-face recorded, AI, recorded, AI. Result time 3 to 13 days 24 to 48 hours 4 to 8 days accent focus British or Australian neutral. Global American ideal for students who prefer human interaction tech-savvy test takers academic listeners and readers visa acceptance white heavy checkmark 100% white heavy checkmark 100% white heavy checkmark 100% test fee, 2025 average. $420 $440 $420 bullseye. Which test should you choose? Keycap 1 if you prefer personal interaction. Choose IELTS. You talk directly with an examiner. Great for confident speakers who like structure and human feedback. Keycap 2 if you want the fastest result. Choose PTE Academic. AI marking means you get results in 1 or 2 days. Ideal for tight visa timelines. Keycap 3 if you're academically inclined. Choose TOEFL IBT. Perfect for students who read research articles or listen to university lectures regularly. Speech Balloon 2025 trends in Australia. Universities are moving toward computer-based testing for efficiency. AI-scored exams, like PTE and TOEFL, are gaining popularity among younger students. Regional universities in Australia now offer free English support programs for students slightly below entry band levels. The government emphasises genuine student (GS) criteria, meaning a strong English score helps prove genuine intent. Score Conversion Chart 2025 Updates. IELTS PTE Academic TOEFL IBT English Level 5.54246 Functional 6.05060 Competent 6.55879 Proficient 7.06594 Superior 8.079 110 Expert Classical Building #. How universities evaluate scores. Minimum requirement rule. You must meet or exceed the English score published by the institution. Component scores rule. Even if your overall score is high, a weak writing or speaking subscore may trigger conditional offers. Recent test rule. Results older than 2 years are not accepted for visas or admissions. Warning sign # Common mistakes to avoid submitting expired IELTS PTE TOEFL results. Taking the wrong version, IELTS General instead of Academic. Failing to upload the official TRF score report. Ignoring section minimums. Booking tests too close to visa deadlines. Preparation strategy, 3-month plan. Month 1. Foundation. Assess your current English level. Focus on grammar, vocabulary, and pronunciation. Practice reading short academic texts. Month 2. Simulation. Take 1 full mock test weekly. Record speaking responses and review errors. Improve writing with sample essays. Month 3. Refinement. Target weak sections. Use official practice platforms, IELTS Prep, PTE Practice, ETS TOEFL Go. Build exam stamina through timed practice. Books. Resources you should use. IELTS.org Practice Tests Pearson PT Official Guide 2025 TOEFL Official Prep from ETS YouTube channels. IELTS Liz, Academic Tips, E2 Language, PTE Strategies, TOEFL TV by ETS, Sample Answers, Graduation Cap Real-World Example. Let's say Maria from Brazil wants to study at the University of Queensland. She needs an IELTS 6.5 overall, no band below 6.0. Her current PTE score is 54, roughly IELTS 6.0, so she joins a 6-week English Bridge program. After improvement, she retakes PTE, scores 62, gets the offer letter, and her visa is approved within 3 weeks. White heavy checkmark moral. Don't give up if you fall a little short. Bridge courses work beautifully. Electric light bulb expert tips for 2025 applicants. Always book tests at least 8 weeks before visa lodgement. Take mock tests in the same time slot as your real exam. Don't memorize answers. AI systems detect repetition. Keep a copy of your original TRF score report for visa submission. Recheck official recognition lists at imi.homeaffairs.gov.au before booking. Dove # Emotional angle. A student's journey. Every score represents more than a number. It tells the story of months of preparation, late-night practice, and a dream of studying in Australia. Whether you choose IELTS, PTE, or TOEFL, remember, your goal is not just to pass an exam, it's to open doors to a new life. Move a camera. Soft music plays. Footage of students arriving in Sydney and Melbourne universities. Checkered flag. Conclusion. Final advice for 2025 IELTS. Best for those comfortable with human interaction. PTE fastest and most efficient AI test. TOEFL ideal for academic thinkers and strong readers. Each path can lead you to Australia. Choose the one that matches your skills, schedule, and budget. Success in